governor of California, Gavin Newsom, after the election of President Donald Trump, demanded an emergency session with the legislature to apparently Trump-proof the state. So I thought we'd talk with one of the leading Republicans in the legislature. He is the minority leader of the California State Assembly. He first got elected in 2014, became minority leader in 2022. He is a fifth-generation rice and walnut farmer. He's also an attorney. Please welcome to the program Assemblyman James "Jamie" Gallagher.
Larry, it's an honor to be with you.
Assemblyman, thank you for coming on. As you and I were chatting before you came on, there were two Republican House members who endorsed me when I ran for the recall, publicly endorsed me. A couple of them went nudge, nudge, wink, wink, I'm behind you, but wouldn't come out publicly and do it. They were Michelle Steele and your former boss, Congressman Doug LaMalfa, who frankly I never even heard of until he endorsed me, reached out to endorse me. So I really did appreciate that. The rumor is that Kevin McCarthy told all the Republicans to stay out of the race unless they were going to endorse Kevin Faulconer, the two-term mayor of San Diego, and I carried San Diego County by 30 points. Just saying, Assemblyman. Just saying.
They were wrong about that, were they not?
They were.
Yeah, Doug's a great guy and been a mentor to me for many years.
Yeah, and I went up there and met with him, and he wanted me to endorse somebody that he wanted to run. I think it was for a sheriff position in his county, and I did, just to thank him for his support, because he didn't have to do that. Now, Gavin Newsom, did he call an emergency session to Trump-proof the legislature, or did he announce calling for one?
Yeah, he announced one, and they just opened it. And as soon as they opened it, Larry, they gobbled it right back down. This is what these guys do. Make big pronouncements, and even in this case, don't really ever follow through in any real way. But far from Trump-proofing California, we need President Trump's help out here in California in a big way. We have a terrible governor. We're known to have the highest poverty, the highest unemployment. Mm-hmm. Highest gas prices, I think maybe only second to Hawaii, which is landlocked,
right?
Or ocean locked, if you will. So California is a disaster, and Gavin Newsom is a big part of that.
Here's my question, Assemblyman. This last election, I saw some signs of intelligent life here in California. For example, Proposition 36 passed overwhelmingly, even though Gavin Newsom opposed it. LA Times opposed it. There are 58 counties in California, as you well know. Every single one of them voted for Proposition 36 to essentially gut Proposition 47. Also, the mayor of San Francisco lost her bid for re-election. The mayor of Oakland was recalled. For the first time that I can think of, a measure to increase the minimum wage failed after the measure that Gavin Newsom signed that increased the minimum wage to $20 an hour for fast food workers, that resulted in about 10,500 workers losing their jobs. So even California voters saw that, I think, and refused to vote for a higher minimum wage for everybody else who's not a fast food worker. The LA County DA, George Gascon, lost his bid for re-election. This is a guy who was appointed DA in San Francisco by Gavin Newsom. So all those things happen, yet still there is a supermajority of Democrats in the Senate and a supermajority of Democrats in the Assembly. When are the voters, Assemblyman, going to wake up?
Well, they're starting to. I mean, we actually noted a very big shift. Trump got more votes here in California. Kamala Harris underperformed by 1.9 million votes here in California. We saw Latinos vote Republican, and actually in the state assembly, we picked up 2 seats. In the state Senate, we picked up a seat. So, it hasn't completely changed over, but we're definitely seeing a shift. Gavin Newsom was, maybe second only to Kamala Harris, the biggest loser of the election cycle when he came out against Prop 36, as you said. And the voters shellacked him and said, no, we want law and order in our state. We're tired of what you've been doing, which is no accountability for criminals, enabling homelessness and encampments across our state. The voters rejected that by almost 70% of the vote, Larry. Mm-hmm. So there's definitely a shift going on here. Certainly you and I both would like to see this beautiful state of California in red hands. But at the very least, voters are starting to wake up and they're voting against these bad policies.
How many seats do you need to pick up in one or both of the chambers of legislature so that the Democrats at least lose their supermajority?
We need 6 in the state assembly, and we would need 4 in the state senate. So that's the goal. Let's break this supermajority that has been devastating for California. And I think we're on our way. 2 of these seats that we won, by the way, Larry, are Latino majority seats here in California, Inland Empire area. We had some two great candidates, Jeff Gonzalez, a Marine, and Leticia Castillo out of Riverside.
Right.
And they captured a huge amount of the Latino vote. Trump actually came out, as you might remember, to Coachella.
I do remember.
Huge rally in this same area, and you could tell that it made a difference. We saw these voters reject the policies of Gavin Newsom and the supermajority.
It did make a difference, Assemblyman, which is why Donald Trump won the popular vote. He went out to places like California and New York where he knew he wouldn't win the state, but he did pick up votes, which gave him the popular vote. Now, in terms of Trump-proofing California, given the fact that the issues as far as Gavin Newsom is concerned are things like climate change, abortion, and illegal immigration, I'm trying to figure out what more California can do to Trump-proof California that isn't already Trump-proofed.
Yeah. Please don't Trump-proof us anymore. People in California, we have no border security. We have a sanctuary state where we let criminals, people who have committed rapes, serious crimes, assaults, we don't send them home. We actually provide them sanctuary here in California. Unbelievable. And so, there's so many things they've already done to fight against Trump. And by the way, 122 lawsuits they filed against the president last time didn't do too much to help California. And in many ways hurt California, depriving us of the ability to work with the president who brought the most jobs, brought the most economic prosperity in the last 50 years.
60 seconds left, Assemblyman. What do you think the future for Gavin Newsom is? I know he wants to run for president. What do you think his future really will be?
He definitely wants to run for president. I think he's going to have a real hard time. I mean, what's he going to sell? Again, high in the nation, highest homelessness, gas prices that have gone through the roof, energy that's, not affordable, housing that's not affordable. I just don't think that people in Iowa are going to think too much of a Gavin Newsom presidency, but he's certainly setting out to do so. And, in some ways I kind of hope he does, so he falls on his face.
Yeah.
And once and for all, we can rid ourselves of Gavin Newsom.
And we've lost about a million people in the last 3 years under Gavin Newsom's leadership. I guess, Assemblyman, we can't look for you to be Gavin Newsom's campaign manager when he does it. Thank you very much for coming on. I appreciate it.
Hey, thank you, Larry.
You got it. God bless. Thanks for watching these clips from the Larry Elder Show. If you enjoyed this content, be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss a moment. More thought-provoking discussions are just a click away, so stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next one.